Okay, and then I'm going to share my screen because I prepared a PowerPoint for you guys. So, okay, share screen. There we go. Okay. Is that going to work? Why aren't you starting? Okay, stand by while I figure this out. Usually I just hit Shift F5 and, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I want to, first of all, thank you for taking time out of your Sunday evening to join us on this call series, and it's getting into activity. And this is going to help those of you feeling maybe that you have the need to relaunch your business. Summer can be really tough on having bookings and that kind of thing, so I hope this really helps with that. And if that's not where you are right now, I'm hoping that this really gives you confidence in how to start your new business builder, okay? How many of you guys already right now feel really comfortable in starting New Business Builder? I can bet many of you don't. So we're going to work on the how-tos of doing that. And so just so you guys know up front, there's going to be weekly homework. And at this point, you should already have your Business Builder binder, which I just want to thank Kendall and Alyssa, I'm sure helped also getting all these documents put together and organized in such an easy to print off and put together resource for us. So I want to thank you guys for that. So when you do get the homework, you're going to need to email that to your sponsor if applicable, and definitely your upline RVP. And so what we're going to do, just for simplicity and the need for not worrying about time zones, is that I'm just going to say it needs to be in by Saturday midnight your time so that your VP can look at your stuff on Sunday. So I am very excited to be a part of this, and I'm really proud of each one of you for being on this call. If you're ready to promote and get into activity, then you are in the right spot, okay? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about are some of the documents that we find in the Getting Started section of the Business Builder Binder. And this one in particular is called the Goals and Desires Worksheet. And this is a worksheet that you're going to be doing with your new business builder as part of their strategy session. And this is your opportunity to help them see past this as basically a cute little business or a hobby to being a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And this is where you can also see where they want to go and how you can go about helping them. So obviously in this part right here of the goals and desires sheet, you know, you're going to help them fill out what they need help with, like their ID number and their upline information. And then you're going to go into their why. And you guys, this is so important. The why, it needs to be attached to their heartstrings. I know that a lot of times we get in this business because of money, and but you know, why is that money? Why is that income so important to them? Why do they need this income? And so I want you to think about this yourself, and this is something you could help your business builder with. Think what it is that you dream about. You know, in this business, of course, we sell skincare, of course, we sell nutrition, but more than anything, most people go to bed at night worried about how they're going to pay their bills, more than they're worried about what kind of protein drink they're going to have in the morning. So yes, our skincare and nutrition products are amazing, and yes, you will sell products, but this is life-changing, and that's what you need to portray to your new business builder. Help them to see the big picture. So, you know, ask them, what is your dream? How much do you want to make? What does your family want that you don't have? Here's what I want you to think about. If time and money were not an issue, what would you be doing today? What would your life look like? What would you do with the income? What would you do with more time? Would you like to have control of your financial future? And I would say that most people would say yes. And, you know, what is it that attracted you to Arbonne? And so this is something where you want them to think as big as they possibly can. And because this is a business where you can accomplish big things. And so basically, you know, once they have their why, they follow the system and allow us to guide them to right where they want to be. The reason your why is so important, okay, is because there will be times in your business that you will go through bumps in the road, okay? This is a journey, and you will have amazing moments, but you will also have moments that test your commitment to your why. It's really about your why, and that's why it can't just be about the money. And so you're going to have to be able to push through those, okay? I don't think there's a journey that's worth anything that doesn't have some bumps in the road. And what happens is that when you get through these obstacles and the bumps in the road, you're going to grow as a person. So the person that I am today is absolutely not the person that I started with Arbonne. And that's because I'm able to push through obstacles and fears and insecurities. And I still, I would say, you know, every VP on this call will be pushing through obstacles that, you know, on a daily basis. And I can tell you, I was scared to death to make phone calls. I was worried about what people would think, that I was just doing a cute little business, which of course is not what it is. And so I want you to know that even though I've had some bumps in the road, my why has been so strong that it's helped me to get through them, and it's helped me to grow as a person in all areas of my life, not just as an Arbonne independent consultant, okay? So just to give you an idea of my why and why it was so huge is in 2007 when I started, I had, at that point, 2 little boys. One was 1 and one was 3. And once I started this business, my 3-year-old would ask me on a pretty constant basis when I was going to get my white Mercedes, and when I would be home with them in the mornings, and when they wouldn't have to take a bus or go to daycare. And every time I hesitated to make a call or do something uncomfortable, I had Joshua and Jaden holding me to what I had set out to do. So when I was fearful to pick up the phone, I just had to think of them and say, you know what? They're worth it. I'm going to take this 30 minutes. I'm going to make these phone calls. I'm probably not going to die. I'll probably be fine. So your why is so important. So basically, we have a formula here on number 6 of your goals and desires worksheet on how to make make your why. So we're going to go through this, okay? So they're going to state their name, a little bit about themselves, how you were introduced to Arbonne. So were you introduced through the product? Were you introduced through the business? What was your initial reaction to the business? So was your reaction like thinking, no way I could ever do something like this? Was it, this sounds good, but I just don't have time for this? Were you worried it was a pyramid scheme? Were you worried what people would think? What was your initial reaction to this business? And then what was your turning point? What was it that made you decide, okay, yes, I'm going to say yes to this business? And then, of course, it's important to tell people where you're going, because people want to join someone who knows where they're going. And, you know, if you are new enough that you're not exactly sure where you're going to do what we all did, and you're going to fake it until you make it. And so, you know, let them know that you're going to the top of this business. Let them know that you're going to replace, you know, your teaching income or whatever income it is so you can be home with your kids. Let them know that you're going to, you know, bring in an extra $2,000 a month so you can, you know, have an amazing family vacation. Let them know all of these things that you're going to accomplish in your business, okay? Okay, so I want to go ahead and kind of give you my why using this format here. This really makes it very, very simple. And when you're going over this goals, when you're going through this goals and desires worksheet with your new business builder, you're going to have to do this with them. Don't send them home to do this. You're going to do this with them, okay? So here's my example of my why. So my name is Jennie Pierce, and I've been teaching now for 20 years, both high school science and also in an independent study program with all grade levels. I have 3 little boys and a wonderful husband who is also a teacher. I was introduced to Arbonne in November of 2007 with a sample pack my friend mailed to me. I didn't try it right away because the number of steps overwhelmed me, but with her excellent follow-up, I finally tried the skincare 3 months later. Turns out all those steps weren't as big of a deal as I thought, and I had very dry skin with an oily T-zone and pimples, but the samples left me moisturized without feeling dry or greasy, and my pimples started to disappear, and I loved it. At that point, she asked me if I wanted to purchase the product at a discount or peddle the stuff. So my reaction to this was, really? Is this something I could do to replace my income so I could be home with my boys? I didn't know a way that I could do that and not either go back to school and find something else to do or replace one full-time job with another, because I had to be able to contribute to my family income. So my turning point came when I realized I could work this business alongside my full-time teaching job, and my heartstring leapt at the idea of a business like this with awesome good-for-you products. I was completely scared because I am not a salesperson, and I was completely out of my comfort zone. But I saw the potential of what this business could do for me and my family, and I was in. I've been able to promote to the 3rd level of the company and been driving the company car, a white Mercedes. I've been able to replace my teaching income, and now I'm going to the top of this company, and I'm looking for people who are looking for something different. I would love to give you some more information about this incredible opportunity. So using these steps right here, I was able to give you guys my why. So that's what you're going to need to do with your business builder, and this may take some time. And then once they have it written down, you want to have them practice it over and over again. Have them say it out loud to you, because this is what they're going to be doing. They're going to be sharing their why at their presentations. They're going to be sharing their why as they're talking to people about the business. And so it's really important that they feel comfortable with this process, okay? The next step on here is recommending that you write out 21 reasons why, and then list the top 3 here. So there's a lot of reasons why we do this business. You might have one main reason you're doing this business, but it could even be the fact that you love girlfriend time in Vegas. It could be that you want to treat your family to a family vacation. It could be that you want to pay off debt. There's lots of reasons why to do Arbonne, and it's really good to have all those reasons right in front of you, so they can start to work on a 21 reason list. They may not come up with 21 reasons right away, but they can start their list and then keep adding to it as they go. Okay, the next section here is their dreams and goals. And your job is to help them to dream big, okay? I think that when we start this business, a lot of times we think, okay, if I can just get to that area manager level, I'll be good. Because we don't know what we can do in this business. We don't know that we have the ability to become a regional vice president or a national vice president. And you, as a sponsor, can already see that in them, okay? So you have to paint the picture big. So part 7 of this goals and desires worksheet is basically a time for you or your business partner to basically self-reflect on your personal qualities. And some people are really hard on themselves and they can't see what makes them unique and what their talents are. So you want to help them through this. And if you see a part of them that they don't see, you want to point it out to them. One of the things you could point out right away is they're courageous. How many people actually leap into the unknown and get into a business like this? You're absolutely courageous. You're absolutely friendly. Remember when we talked for the first time and you came up to me and blah, blah, blah. Point these things out to them so they can see what they are. And then if there's something that they don't feel like they're very good at, and maybe that's it, you can say, well, you know what? Let's work on that. So that's a good personal reflection right there. And then part 8 here is their goals and dreams. And so as you can see, it kind of shows you there are 4 basic types of goals and dreams, and they can accomplish these through their business. And there's the practical goal, getting out of debt, replacing an income, that kind of thing. There's the fun goal, take my family to Atlantis. That's one of our new goals. A meaningful goal, and a significant goal, okay? So you want to help them with this. They can have more than one thing on each of those goals, okay? All right, and then the last part of this worksheet is the financial goals. And I think this is something that's hard for people to do, and so you really have to help them through this. And one of the ways that you can do that is by helping them, reminding them of the different levels in Arbonne. That the district manager level is between $200 and $950 a month. The area manager is between $950 and $3,500 a month. That RVP is $3,500 to $16,000 a month. Ask them where they need to be, and then you can make a plan to help them get there. Okay. I think what's really, really important on this page right here is number 12, which is how many hours a week or how many days per week can you devote for your business. I think it's really important that you talk them through this, that, you know, they need to have time to make phone calls, they need to have time to do their non-income producing activity like the emails and all of that. They need to have time to do their presentations and put in their orders and that kind of thing. And so what's important about this is that you know right up front, you know, are you going to be able to do 10 to 15 hours a week? Are you going to be able to do 15 to 20 hours a week? And it's really important that they know that this needs to be able to actually be scheduled on their calendar. Just like if you had a part-time job, and it would be, you know, let's just for simplicity, let's just say you worked at McDonald's part-time, and they would give you a schedule, and you would have to be there those hours. So you would put those hours on your calendar. Same thing with your Arbonne business. Schedule the time in your office, especially if you have a family. You definitely want to schedule this time into your office and let them know that you're going to be in your office and you're going to be working, and be on, you know, having it scheduled is going to help you to do that. Knowing how many hours that they're going to put into their business will help you guide them also. Okay. All right. How many of you guys have actually really paid attention to the Business Builder options in the Getting Started section of the Business Builder folder? My eyesight is going, and so it's hard for me to see this very fine print without my glasses. But I think it's really important that you explain to your new business builder that they need to urbanize their home. And it's one of those things where if somebody comes to my house and they weren't, and they had to go to the sink and wash their hands, how would I be representing Arbonne if I was using, you know, a Target brand instead of my Arbonne brand? So they need to urbanize their home and be passionate about their products. And I think the big one is that facts tell, but stories sell. Somebody's unmuted and I can't find you. Facts tell, but stories sell. So you can talk about facts and, you know, we don't have mineral oil, we don't have parabens, blah, blah, blah. But people want to know how these things are working for you. What is your story about these products? How are they affecting your life? At minimum, your new business builder should have the anti-aging line products, the Genius pads, the Fit Kit, and a few of their favorites. I like the cosmetic part. I always have my mascara, my primer, and my makeup brushes. And so this is a business, and they're going to need to have products to use and demo. And of course, this is going to be an investment, okay? And this is something I want you to think about right now. You know, as an independent consultant wanting to build your business, I want you to take inventory and say, do I have everything I need to do a presentation, okay? So if not, the part of your homework this week is going to be to fill in the missing parts, okay? I think it's a really good idea for you to look over this business builder option flyer so that when you're starting a new person, you are very, very comfortable with the different packages presented there, okay? All right, the strategy session. Okay, you guys, this is a personal business plan for your new business partner, and this should be done with their sponsor and or the upline VP. And you want to schedule this 24 to 48 hours after they've said yes to this business. Prior to the strategy session, you're going to want to have them write down a very brief why they want to do Arbonne. Of course, you're going to help them when you go over the goals and desires sheet. You're going to help them develop that into a full-fledged why, but just having a brief idea of why they want to do this. Have them start working on their 100-person list. They don't have to come to you with 100 people. but encourage them to start their list. You know, maybe give them a goal of at least 25 people, you know, just so they can start working on their list and have some names to talk to you when you get there. And then also, you're going to want to send them the links that you can find in the Business Builder Binder to the 2 Getting Started calls with Deanna Herron, part 1 and part 2, and they are like an hour-ish combined. And so that will be something really good for them to listen to. And I will tell you, if they listen to this before you come to your strategy session, it will go much more smoothly because they will have started to hear things, and then you'll basically explain it to them. The other thing you want to do is also get their 2 launch dates booked. So these are the 4 things, and it says on the strategy sheet, these are the things that you want them to do before you meet. So you'll have to send them this information so that they can do that for you. Okay, so at the strategy session, you're going to go over and solidify their why. You're going to go over the goals and desires worksheet, make sure they have their why. And then once it's, and then have them speak it through to you. And then you're going to go through the top 5 qualities that they want in a teammate. So give them examples of people that you look for and have them write those down. Okay, dependable, hardworking, honest. Go over a list of, go over their list that they have so far and help them identify their potential business partners by using the qualities that they've written down on those top 5 qualities. Have them also identify who could be a host for them and who would be a client. You want to explain the benefits of having a business builder. Start with them right away, which is number 4 on the strategy sheet. And then you're going to write down the names of those 10 people that they're going to start making phone calls with. Okay. You're going to explain the laser beam focus chart. And this is a great visual. And basically, it shows them how just placing a business builder order is good, and finding business partners is good, but then adding activity to it, because we're a combination of a direct sales and a multi-level marketing. And so, you know, the direct sales part of it is actually selling products. So showing them the benefit of getting into activity very, very quickly. And that's something we're going to talk about a little bit more in detail next week, is the laser beam focus chart and why it's so important to find business builder partners right away. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then a super important part, you can see at the bottom there, super important, and drum roll. I don't have a drum roll here, so you'll have to imagine it. The next part of getting someone started, it's not going forward, is making calls with them, okay? I want you guys to think about when you first started Arbonne, and someone probably said to you, go make your list of people, go book some, and ask people to host for you. I don't know about you, but for me, I was very, very scared to make these phone calls. I didn't know anything about skincare. I didn't know anything about cosmetics. I felt very, very not ready to go out and make phone calls. So basically, if you're asking people to go out and do this for themselves, you are not helping them to set them up for success, okay? So by making these calls with your new business partner, you're going to be modeling how to do these calls, which is going to help in their training. It's going to help with their confidence level. Their warm market is going to see you as the expert, and they're going to trust you more than they actually trust the people they already know. I don't know why that is, but it is. And so you're going to be the expert, and that way your new business partner isn't going to have to answer all these questions that may come at them. Plus, this is another way for you to link arms with your new business builder during their start month to help them be successful and find business partners and book presentations and have a well-attended business launch and to get them to district manager, okay? So the calls that we're going to be making with them have to do with finding their business partners. That would be the 10 people they write down on their strategy session. There's a steps for success sheet in the beginning part of your business binder, which we're going to go over next week. We're going to make calls to invite people to their business launch. And this is huge, you guys. This is huge because you're going to help them have people come to their business launch. How many times have you booked a business launch and, you know, nobody comes? So This is going to be you showing them how to have a successful business launch. And the idea is that they're going to be able to duplicate this as well, okay? And then, of course, people that can't come to the business launch, we're going to call for asking people to host and to sample products, okay? And I actually have some scripts that I'm going to go over next week to specifically show you how to do this, okay? All right, so homework, don't worry about writing this down because I'm going to have your VP email this to you. So the first thing I want you to do is fill out the goals and desires worksheet as if you were just starting your business. You can just snap a picture of this and send it to your sponsor and your upline VP. Then I want you to listen to the recorded getting started calls because you're going to ask your new business partner to do this. And maybe some of you who have been in the business haven't listened to these. And so it's important for you to know what you're going to have them listen to, okay? And Deanna is precious and wonderful to listen to, so it will be awesome. And number 3, I want you to look at your products and I want you to take inventory. And if you need to fill in some missing products to do presentations, then I want you to place that order this week. And then number 4 is planning a strategy session with your upline RVP and your sponsor if that's applicable. This would be a phone call. Your VPs will send out dates and times to those participating prior to the strategy session. Redo or revise your 100-person list. Be ready with your why and have your calendar available. Call dates and times will be on a first come, first served basis, and you will need to have your business builder binder as well, okay? All right, so what you're going to do is this phrase right here, mind your mind, you're going to send this in an email in the subject line to your VP. This is one of the things we always talk about, mind your mind, and I have this great visual over here, whatever's true, whatever's noble, whatever's pure and lovely and admirable and excellent and praiseworthy, think on these things. Mind your mind, keep it positive. Send that to your VP. They're going to know that you want to participate, and they will send you dates and times to do your strategy call. And I'm going to go ahead and basically end this because we have another call to get on in 15 minutes. I want to thank you guys for joining me. My region, we have a Zoom meeting tomorrow night at 6:30. And in 15 minutes, we have Deanna's Laguna Beach Challenge that Becky's training on. And so I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks, you guys.